What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna show you the team that I would build if I was gonna use my wildcard in gameweek 26. I know a lot of you are thinking about doing it, and obviously some of you still have your free hit chip, and if you do, you're probably gonna use it in gameweek 29. But this team I'm gonna build today, I'm gonna disregard the fact that you might have a free hit chip. I'm just gonna count on you not having it, because obviously the team will look way different if you have a free hit for gameweek 29. So pretty much the team I'm going to show you now, I think it's a really good team for Game Week 26. And if you use the free transfers you get until 29, so you get one each week now for 3 weeks. If you use those free transfers to bring in some more Game Week 29 players, you will have 10 players for Game Week 29, which I think is pretty good. So that's why I think this team might be a really good team if you're going to use your wildcard, of course, this week. So let's get into it. The first goalkeeper spot is going to be Martinez. I really like Martinez. Obviously, also this team is, of course, you have to think about long term, because this is the last wildcard chip you have. So Martinez, I think he has a really good double game week now against Leeds and Sheffield United. Of course, Aston Villa, he has been good though, but Aston Villa has been struggling a bit defensively recently. But I think that in the long term, if you're gonna keep Martinez for the rest of the season, I think that he's gonna be probably the best keeper to have. I really like him. I'm gonna have him in my team, even if I wildcard, I'm gonna keep him in my team because I really like him. And Leeds against Sheffield United, I think that's pretty good teams to play against. Leeds are really good at attacking Leo. They do attack a lot, so they might concede in that game, I think. But Sheffield United could definitely keep a clean sheet. And he also plays in game week 29 as well, so we have a keeper there. And the defense, I'm gonna stick with the City double up. In my last wildcard, I didn't go for the City double up. I think I went for 2 City midfielders instead, KDB and Gundogan maybe. But looking at City, and especially after the game against Arsenal, like they are so good defensively, it's insane. So I think that they're still good to go for defensively. And you want to have Diaz because he's the most nailed on player in City's defense. Cancelo, he's also pretty much nailed on, but he does get rested like every 9th or 10th game, and Diaz seems like he never gets rested unless he's injured. So I don't think you should go for Stones. I think you should go for Diaz if you want to go for one of the center backs. But Cancelo is, of course, the thing about Cancelo is he has so much upside. Like, he's so attacking. Against Arsenal, he could have scored. Like, he seems like he could score pretty much any game week. And he did get a big score against was it Burnley, I think? Oh no, West Bromwich, I think it was. I think he had a big score then, but of course he can't score pretty much every week, so he's really good to have in the team. And then it's a little bit risky with the double up of Aston Villa defense, especially when I just said that they have been struggling a little bit defensively. But the thing about Matt Target is he is attacking, he does get assists. Now when Grealish is out, I'm not sure like how many assists he's gonna get, because Grealish is also often the one setting him up to get an assist. But Grealish is supposed to be out for just 2 weeks, I've heard, so maybe he's still a good option. And also he plays in 29, that's why I went for him. If you do want to go for a little bit more exciting player for the double game week, and maybe a player in general, I would definitely think about Digne, because I think Everton has a really good double game week as well, and Digne is really good. And also Pereira in Leicester, because Pereira is now playing like a right wing position, and I think he will definitely be a good option to go for. So Digne or Pereira I would prefer over Target, but the reason I'm going for Target is because of double game, or for the game week 29, sorry, where he has a game. So he's just to save you a hit, a -4 hit. I went for Target. But if you do wanna think about taking a -4 in the future, then maybe go for Digne or Pereira instead. Great options as well. So the midfield. A little bit like the usual suspects, but a little bit new faces maybe also. Of course, Fernandes, you have to keep him. He's the highest scoring goal player this year, and I think since he started in United last year, since he played his first game, he has been outscoring everyone, and he has 50 more points than Salah, who's second highest scoring player since he joined United, pretty much. So Fernandes is just a must-have. You have to have him. He's so good. You could drop Salah, especially if you're thinking about game week 29, because Liverpool are really poor right now. And the play you should probably go for is Son, just because Son has a double game week now, a pretty good one, Burnley and Fulham, and he has the game in 29. Obviously, Tottenham looks pretty poor right now, and especially Son looks really poor right now. But we all know that both Son and Kane, when they are on form, when they're having a good day, they can score a lot of goals. They have done it a lot of times this season so far. So I think he's a good option to have if you want to think about game week 29, and also for the double game week it's pretty good. I think they're playing in Crystal Palace next week as well, which is also a really good game. So Tottenham, even though they are a really poor form, the fixtures are really good for them. So I think they can still go for them. Gündogan, when he is fit right now. He played against Arsenal. If he keeps being fit, I think he's one of the best value players in FPL right now. 6.1 million for a player that's scored like 11 goals in 9 game weeks or something. He's insane. Like, he's really good. And hopefully with KDB, because we saw against Arsenal, he did get forward a lot, and KDB set him up for some chances. So people are thinking about when KDB comes back, that Gündogan is going to drop back and be more defensive. But I think it almost looked the opposite. Like, he was running up and he got some really good chances, but he just couldn't convert them. So hopefully that's going to continue, and hopefully now with KDB he's going to get more chances, because KDB is such a good playmaker. So Gündogan is a really good option. You could go for KDB also as well, but I think Gündogan is more value for money right now. And Barnes, I've been talking about Barnes ever since I started this channel. Like, I love him. I'm thinking about taking a -4 to get him in my team, because I have Grealish in my team, and I'm probably going to take a -4 to get Grealish out of Barnes. The only thing about Barnes is that he doesn't have a game week in 29. So I'm probably going to have to take another hit if I want to get him out for that one. But I don't know, I think he's really good, and his double game week is not that bad either. Arsenal and Burnley. I think Leicester likes scoring against Arsenal, so I think that they will probably win both of those games. So that's the midfield. And the attack, this one is quite interesting as well. We have Kane, like I said about Son, really good fixtures, and Kane actually looked really good against, who was it, West Ham? He looked really good. Like, he could have gotten some points, like an assist or even a goal. So I like Kane. If you want to go for one Spurs, definitely Kane. But I think Son and Kane could be good for the fixtures coming up. Calvert-Lewin, amazing fixtures. Also, there are talks about Everton having a double game week in 28 as well, I think. So even though they blank in 29, they might have a double game week in 28. So it might be worth getting actually Dino instead of Target as well for that reason. Because then you don't lose any fixtures pretty much. You gain one from Everton, but you lose one from Aston Villa. So yeah, it's pretty much the same. But Calvert-Lewin, really good player as well. He couldn't have gone and goal against Liverpool, even though he didn't even play first half. But of course he was fouled, and people are raving about that penalty. If it was a penalty or not, personally, I'm not going to say too much, but I think it was a penalty because he had a tap in, and yeah. I mean, Trent went for the tackle, he missed it kind of, and then Calvert-Lewin fell over him. I'm not going to talk too much about that because there might be some Liverpool fans watching right now. But Vardy, definitely a good player as well, just because Leicester has some really good fixtures coming up. And the thing about Vardy is that I don't really like him as much as an FPL, as the opposite. He is a good FPL asset, but I don't like him as much as a player in real life, because when you watch him in real life, he doesn't do much like with the ball. He is the kind of player that attracts attention from the other team's defenders to make space for Barnes and the other Leicester players to go forward. But he's not a playmaker. He barely gets any chances. But obviously when he does get a chance, and it's also on penalties, when he does get a penalty, he usually scores and he gets the points. So he does get a lot of points. But I've had him in my team 2 times this year, and he hasn't gotten me much points at all, so I've traded him out after a couple of games both times. And both times I traded him out, he started scoring a lot again. So he's a frustrating player for me, but he is a good option right now for double game week and also going forward. You could of course go for another cheaper player if you'd like to. I'm just going to show you the bench quickly. All of these players are having a double game week. No, they are not having a double game, but they have a game week in game week 29. So all these players are just benched for now. Stroit is a cheap. Oh, it says 4.6, but it's 3.9. He's a cheapest Leeds player you can go for that's actually playing. And he was playing in midfield last game, so that's a good option. Rafinha, I like him a lot. Has a game in 29, so that's really good. And also I like Brighton's defense a lot, so Sanchez and Dunk in 29. And then you can choose if you want to play Sanchez or Martinez in 29. And Martinez is going to play Tottenham, so I'll probably play Sanchez instead. So just for if you're going to go for this team, just for your future plans for setting up game in 29. So you will have 3 transfers until 29. I would probably downgrade Vardy to probably Watkins, maybe, if Grealish comes back and Watkins seems to be scoring again. Probably Watkins. You could also look at downgrading Calvert-Lewin as well after 28 to another striker for game week 29. And you could also look to get maybe transfer out one of the City defenders or maybe even Gundogan for another player that plays in 29 as well. And if for 29 you want to go for players that have a good fixture. So Tottenham, they're playing against Aston Villa, probably the most difficult fixtures for both of them. Maybe you could target Brighton. Maybe you could target. You could also target maybe Arsenal. But yeah, I will get into more transfer thoughts for that game week later on. But this is a team for this week if you're gonna wildcard now. Kane captain for this week probably. Tottenham poor form, but Kane really good player. Calvert-Lewin vice captain right now. I wouldn't actually mind captaining Calvert-Lewin. I'm thinking about doing it myself. Maybe even triple captain him because I think not many people will triple captain him. And I'm just a little bit not too convinced about Tottenham right now. But yeah, whoever you captain in the double game week is probably good. You can even captain Fernandes, Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, Salah. A lot of options. Even Barnes if you want. A lot of options. But yeah, that's the team. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, let me know. And good luck this game week.